Okay, wait a minute. See it?
Yeah.
That's the heartbeat?
Ask him.
Yeah, like you expected something else.
I'm just asking for that.
I told you it was going to be small.
No, it just seems like his heart is racing.
Yeah.
It's a good little flicker.
There you go.
Where is it again?
Right there.
Oh, wow.
Well, hello YouTube community. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. This video is unlike most of the ones that are on my channel. It is not a vlog in the sense that you're used to seeing my vlogs. This is all about my pregnancy journey. My pregnancy was unlike many others. While all pregnancies are taxing on the body and all pregnancies are laced with some kind of complication, regardless of your symptoms, your age, whatever, I suffered from a debilitating condition called Hyperemesis Gravidarum, which basically is morning sickness on steroids. I was sick my whole entire pregnancy, and I truly wanted to raise awareness for this condition because oftentimes medical professionals just don't take the time to really understand what we are going through, to understand that this is real and it's not just something that we can just eat some crackers or have some ginger and be okay. I was really doing it in the hopes of not only chronicling my pregnancy journey, but also because that was my best friend at the time, because there was no one I could really talk to until I found some HG support groups, because no one really could understand and everyone wanted to help so much and offer me advice, but I didn't want advice because nothing was working. What you're going to see is my pregnancy journey. It's going to be my mental anguish, my emotional ups and downs, as well as the physical aspect of this condition. I really hope that this sheds some light on what HG sufferers do go through. Please do share with anyone else who is speaking to you throughout their pregnancy saying that they can't stop throwing up or they feel this way or that, because there are resources out there that I really do want to share, and you'll be able to see all that in the description below. So here we go, my pregnancy journey, let's go.
How come that happened? When you know, what I mean, I knew you had problems.
Yeah.
Did the doctor give you anything, no? Need to see you.
Okay. Oh Lord.
Yes,
Yes, mommy, it's true. I'll send you the video of the heartbeat.
Okay, who knew?
Claudia
And she didn't tell me.
and Daphne.
Oh, Daphne knew too. When? How come you didn't tell me first?
Because we were gonna try to come and see you, but it was too expensive.
Oh, so did you guys want to have a baby now?
I mean, we're having a baby now.
I said it, I'm going to tell everybody. Oh,
No.
3 months.
No. Yeah.
People, so today is June 11th. Yeah, June 11th. And oh, it's a little dirty. Oh, it's better. So it's June 11th, and today was my best symptom day ever. Yesterday was my absolute worst. I thought I was going to die. The nausea was painstaking. The tiredness was just too much, but today I feel so good. And the crazy thing about it is I forgot what it felt like to feel good, that I don't know what to do with myself. So about to go to sleep, but wishing that Jace gets it together tomorrow. It's June 15th and I'm crying for no reason. I guess this is the face of the first trimester. Mood swings and, well, I mean, I guess I was prompted to cry watching Pose, and I just got really sad about how mean we are to other people, and like I just started crying and then crying harder and harder, and I don't know why I'm crying so hard, but these are the things like
you read about when you get pregnant, but you don't see and you don't feel, and you think it won't be that bad. But it is. Like, there's so many mood swings and emotional high and lows and doubting of yourself and just feeling so many emotions. So here we are. It's June 12th. As far as symptoms go, I'm feeling a little bit better. He's been acting a lot nicer to me. I have officially decided that it's a boy. But I am definitely struggling with vanity issues that I didn't think that I would ever have. I feel so big. My stomach, obviously I'm not showing or anything, but it feels very full, and they say it's because the uterus is starting to swell and move up, preparing for the fetus. I'm struggling majorly with body acceptance issues. Don't look like myself, feel like myself. Pregnancy, like the baby, literally takes over everything, and I'm having identity issues right now just because I am a control freak and I'm used to being so independent, and now I don't even know what I want to eat anymore. Like, the things that I used to find such pleasure in eating, the baby doesn't want. So it definitely messes with you psychologically as well as physically. But at least the nausea wasn't too bad today. So I'm happy for that. But my mental is pretty off. I just feel like a big fat cow. And I felt like that before, but now I think it's because I know that I'm going to continue to grow. And I did this stupid thing online. It was like, how much weight do you think that you're going to gain? And my BMI is 35. And they were like, that's considered obese. And granted, I'm pretty big. But this is hard. June 12th. My thighs are rubbing together and they hurt.
Oh.
So I got these shorts on and big thighs.
Uh-huh. Look. Hey, Tegan, look at your mom. You in there, so that's why she walking like that, swinging her arms all wide.
I'm trying to be comfortable. I'm so uncomfortable.
Look at you. You in there.
Show me the tater.
Being an asshole.
You didn't hear that. You didn't hear that.
Oh, hey y'all. So it is June 25th. And I am sitting in front of my computer and I am going to edit some photos that are so long overdue for a client. I have felt absolutely horrible the last 2 weeks. Cramping and nausea and a fatigue like I've never experienced before. Today I am 9 weeks and 4 days. I had an OB appointment and it went really well. We saw the baby's heartbeat. He's going at about 185 beats per minute. He was moving up a storm. There's going to be something out here in the world that's part Jermaine and part me, so that's really beautiful. But I feel like crap. And pregnancy is not easy. And I'm praying for second trimester in about 3 weeks because they say you're supposed to start feeling better then. So, hey y'all. So it has been a couple of days since my last pregnancy video blog. I'm actually in the media room at work because the nausea is so intense and I have a headache and I just couldn't sit at my desk anymore. So I had to come in here. I am like 10 weeks and 3 days today and I'm not feeling any better. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm at my wit's end. I'm very depressed. Very, very depressed. I want to be happy that I'm bringing life into this world, and I want to feel good about it, but I don't because I gotta fake it at work, and it just makes me wonder, like, what is wrong with our nation that a pregnant woman doesn't feel comfortable saying, hey, I'm pregnant and I don't feel well. But we got to keep going because
don't want to lose your job, or I mean, it's just a lot. Like, I'm under a lot of stress. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, God, is this for me? Am I strong enough to do this? I hate sitting here and just wah 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 complaining, but it trying to find the silver lining. I'm trying to find my brighter days. So I am 11 weeks and 1 day as of today. And I keep forgetting to vlog when I'm feeling kind of okay. Although those are very few and far between. I'm on the couch right now and I'm doing my best not to cry. But all I want to do is cry. This is truly the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I don't know what to eat because I don't know how it's going to affect me. I have so many different pains throughout my body, and I keep trying to remind myself, like, oh, you're building a life. Like, your body is literally building another human being. But that doesn't make me feel better because I feel like crap. And all you hear is, have a positive outlook. You know, the baby can feel that. And I recognize that. I do. When you feel like crap every minute of every second of every day, but yet you're still trying to fake it, it's really hard to do. So I am at work. I am almost 12 weeks. I am miserable still. It doesn't seem to be getting any better, which definitely worries me, but my doctor says week 13, week 14 is usually when things get better. I have graduated from just nausea to vomiting daily. I have lost 6 pounds. I'm not able to keep down food that I used to. Baby's measuring larger than 11 weeks. 11 weeks, 4 days. I think that's what it was yesterday. He's measuring bigger. I almost cried a few minutes ago because it's very hard to work a 9 to 5 and feel like this. And I'm faking it because obviously I'm still in my probationary period here at work. And I want them to know that I can still do the job, even though I am truly struggling. I have to go to an event tonight for Multimedia, who I love. I'm going to the event. I'm pushing myself through. It does help that they are paying me. So thank you for that. First DC PR firm to start paying their influencers. So that's really nice. Or at least paying me. Hey everyone, it's me, the not so elated pregnant woman. I am 12 weeks and 1 day today. It is July 14th. It is Kai's birthday and also Bastille Day. I thought by now I would be feeling better, or so they told me I'd be feeling better as I get closer to my second trimester, but I am not. Now I'm experiencing a lot more vomiting, not just all day nausea. Now there is a end result to feeling nauseous, but it just doesn't end. It's not as if it ends my nausea. I was prescribed Zofran after I talked to my doctor and said, like, my quality of life is really poor. Like, I'm not doing well at work. Like, I'm not functioning. Like, I'm doing nothing. You know, it's very depressing to feel crappy all day long. So I got the Zofran and I started doing research, and you know, it's for chemo patients going through radiation, or cancer patients going through chemo. I'm so sorry for that. So I started doing a lot of my own research, and it's a category B drug, which means it's not 100% approved. Well, it's not FDA approved at all for pregnant women. And there is, you know, a risk of birth defects like cleft palate and heart defects, and I just I'm scared. I mean, I'm not going through all this pain through pregnancy to have a child with huge defects. Like, I don't want to do that to my child. I don't want to do that to myself, to be perfectly honest. And I did take the medicine Thursday night, and it was magic. I woke up with some severe side effects. Don't get me wrong. I was super dizzy. I had a pounding headache. But the dizziness was the hardest because I couldn't even like walk. So I had to call out of work, and I called my doctor, and but I felt so good. Like, the nausea and the vomiting was gone. I was like able to get things done that day. I was so happy, and I was so confused as to how I did not remember what it felt like to have a good day. And it's so sad that like we women even have to do this in the US of A, the grandest nation in the world, that we have some of the worst maternity laws. We make pregnant women feel like shit, you know. Wish there was something, you know, if you're pregnant, there should be like a pregnancy pool where you can take out sick time for that or something. It's just, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this. I'm praying that week 13 and 14, as everyone has promised, is going to offer me some relief. The other thing, pregnancy rhinitis. You just basically have a runny nose all the time. Runny nose and phlegm and mucus, but pregnancy is beautiful, you guys. I can't say that I would be the biggest freaking liar if I sat here and said that my pregnancy experience is so beautiful right now, because it's not. Maybe once I have a bump, maybe once I can feel the child inside of me, maybe I'll feel different. But right now, I don't see this as a blessing. I see this as a curse on my life. Doesn't mean that the end result's not going to be an absolute blessing, and that I'm not going to love my child like I have never loved anything ever. But right now, my quality of life is poor. So many women who are not able to experience this, who really want to experience this. So I don't want to take that for granted. I thought I was going to be one of those women, and honestly, I don't even know if I'm 100% that I even wanted children. But here I am. So, Tegan, you're in my belly, and your father made dinner, as he usually does, because he's the cook in the family, and he made a bacon burger dog. It's actually good. Doesn't look good.
You understand.
That's
About the bacon burger dog once we watch the Cosby Show.
Darnell knew about the bus. Why would he show up at the
And I will teach you about Bill Cosby. This is a bacon burger dog.
So I intervened. Well,
Hey y'all, so I am 14 weeks today, and life has been a little interesting with the baby. The nausea isn't getting any better, the vomiting isn't really getting any better, so they put me on a subcutaneous pump where they're pumping me with antiemetics, which is Zofran, which is supposed to keep me from nausea and vomiting. It's working, but I'm having a lot of difficulties with, you know, the site. I guess I can show you. My stomach is all gross, but so there's like a catheter in there, and this is the pump that is pumping out. This is the syringe with the medicine, and it's going into me. This was the last site, and it's all red and just unhappy, and having a little difficulty with that. I was supposed to get a full IV drip because I'm severely dehydrated, and I'm scared to eat. I'm hungry, but I'm very, very scared to eat because I'm tired of throwing up and I'm tired of feeling bad. So the IV is supposed to get my hydration and everything up, but my veins aren't taking to it right now. Almost every textbook pregnancy symptom I have had. I'm having a little difficulty too with like work. I'm forcing myself, trying to do as much as I can, but I really don't have the energy. Okay, so I found out I was pregnant in early June. I had just started my new job in April. I worked going in the office until October when they finally allowed me to work from home, which was the biggest blessing. I was throwing up upwards of 5 or 6 times at work. I was leaving meetings to rush to the bathroom. I was going on different floors because I was tired of people hearing me and asking if I was okay. I would wait in the stalls just so people wouldn't see that it was me, because I was still trying to pretend like I wasn't pregnant. And it was a lot. On top of that, I was taking public transportation about an hour each way every day, and the walk to work was about a 10-minute walk, maybe a little less, but it was on an incline. So that was taxing and that was hard on me as well. Jermaine would do his best to drive me to work and come pick me up, but we lived about 45 minutes away, and he also had to work, so it was a lot on him as well. And I recognize my husband was my rock through this, and he did so much to try to make it easier on me. But there's so much that goes into hyperemesis gravidarum. It affects families, not only the person who is suffering. Oh, hey y'all. So I am almost 14 weeks and 4 days. And I'm out of the house. Look at me. Like, I actually tried to, do something with myself. Here is the pregnancy vlog. It is Jermaine's birthday, so I had to leave the house. I have been on a home IV and subcutaneous pump, but I needed to give us free from the IV. So, yeah. So we went and got crabs from Cantler's today. It was my first time there. I did not have crabs. I ate a chopped salad with a fried crab cake thing. I was able to hold it down, but on the way there, I had 2 little episodes of vomiting. So I have been officially diagnosed with hyperemesis gravidarum, which really sucks. It is a semi-rare illness that occurs during pregnancy that only a few suffer from. Mine is moderate. I have heard of others, and some people are like throwing up 50 times a day, 20 times a day. I am thankful. I'm probably around the 4 to 5 times a day, but I'm just not eating much. I am very, very hungry all the time. I'm very, very thirsty all the time. We are outside right now of 7-Eleven because we need to buy some ice, because chewing ice or sucking on ice seems to be the only way I can get some fluids in me right now. So also, when we were at the crab place, we heard our baby's name. There was another person there with, her baby was like 6, but it was the same name that we are choosing for our child, and we're pretty excited about that. It was kind of cool to hear it, especially because it's under 12,000, well, as of 2016, under 12,000 kids in the US have this name, so pretty excited. Hey y'all, so I'm 15 weeks. I actually just threw up. I am feeling defeated. Hyperemesis is debilitating, to say the least. But I think the hardest thing is everyone around you who's trying to help but doesn't understand how bad it is, and they just keep telling you it'll all be worth it. Just think, in 6 months when you see your baby, you're gonna forget all this, and I will never forget all this, because I have never in my life felt so bad. I can't think 6 months out. I'm just trying not to throw up every hour. I just want to eat. I just want to eat without it coming back up 20 minutes later. I want to be able to drink something without it coming back up. I'm tired of having to think of what I can try to put in my system in order to provide some nutrients for my baby that is going to be the easiest to come up, because some stuff is really nasty coming up. It makes you feel even worse. Yesterday I joined a hyperemesis support group, and it made me feel better because at least it wasn't women who are like, take some ginger, eat some crackers. This isn't morning sickness, you guys. This is a rare illness that only affects 2% of pregnant women. This is like chronic, and there is no end in sight. Today, well, about 7 minutes ago, since I threw up, I just wanted to give up. I don't even know if I want a baby that bad. Not to go through this for another 6 months. I don't even think I can make it another 2. This is isolating, and it's just, this week alone I've thrown up at least 30 times. I don't know. I still have like 170 days left till my due date. That's a long time of being sick. I've made it through, what, 110 so far or something like that.
So I wanted to quickly speak on my vomiting. My vomiting was violent. It wasn't just, little, it was full out, sometimes blood coming out, blood vessels popped in my eye, violent vomiting almost every single time. There was one time I had to give myself the Heimlich, literally just plunging myself on the corner of our bathroom counter because the food was stuck.
The worst part is my symptoms are getting worse. I'm not getting any better. I'm wearing this Zofran pump where, I have the medicine. It's going through me. I changed the sites out. You guys can see, this is from the last site. This was the first site, and I'm gonna have to move it because this one's really starting to hurt. So on top of already feeling pretty crappy, I also have a lot of pain from the catheter and the medicine. I know I'm a strong person, but do I really want to be this strong? Do I have to be? This is a lot. I don't know. Till next time. Current situation? Waiting on IV for more fluids because I'm so dehydrated. And I'm getting zits. This is great. 15 weeks. I'm at the hospital. I've been here since 1:15. It is, I think, 4:15. I have to get hydration because I am severely dehydrated. I have like crackhead lips, but they're not too bad because I just licked them. And yeah, hyperemesis. Hey y'all, it's me. Yesterday I gave you a quick glimpse of me at the ER, and today I am at home. I am not feeling well. I've been nauseous all day, but I have not vomited, just been nauseous all day long. I called in sick to work because I just couldn't. Typically I try to work from home, but I just had nothing to give. And I'm trying to learn to listen to my body when it says, chill out, girl. My mom is here, my sister's here, but she's leaving today, and the kids come back today, so we're gonna have a full house. I'm trying to have energy and fake it and force a smile and all that for when the kids get here because they don't know yet. I'm really trying not to throw up, which has been a job in itself. So, working on it, trying. Hey y'all, so it has been a while since I've done a quick video, so here I am doing my quick video. I am 16 weeks and 2 days, maybe 3 days. I kind of stopped counting because those pregnancy apps really don't work for those surviving hyperemesis, because they always tell you, oh my god, you're in the 2nd trimester. You've got to be full of energy and feeling so great. Not quite. Sorry, baby center. You're wrong. Sorry, the bump. You're wrong. But I'm actually up here because it has been almost a week since I've been in the ER, and I am feeling pretty good. I've had 4 full meals, and it's been about 6 days since I have vomited or even really been nauseous, and I'm hoping that I'm on the upswing. But I was talking to my support group, and they were like, yeah, you'll have those, and then, you know, you'll relapse. So I'm praying I don't relapse, and I hope you guys pray that I don't relapse either.
That's close too. I like that better.